Thank you, Nicolas. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Grégory Lièvre. I'm the head of the DOA and ETSO department at EASA. So, yes, a few words about the format, and then we'll go into the substance. So one thing which is new for you this year is the time. And if you were wondering what's happened last year, we decided with our communication colleagues to distribute better the big events throughout the year at EASA. And we realized we had a lot of big events in the last quarter. Typically, this conference was held in November, December, but there were many other big events, the Rotorcraft Symposium, the safety conference. So it was a bit packed, so we decided to distribute better. And then to have this event now in spring. So from now on, every year, it would be in March, April. And of course, it would not have made sense to have one in November and one in March the next year. That's why there was a bit of a gap. What we did not change on the other side is the format, because what we heard from the feedback survey last time is that this format is quite popular. We are really pushing a bit the walls. We are reaching the absolute limit of the capacity of our premises. But what we heard from you last time was that you enjoyed this split approach with the side meetings. Also, what we heard is that you prefer to be split between Boeing and Airbus and have tables and a bit of comfort rather than being full density in one single room. So what you see here is an outcome of what we heard from you, and we already encourage you to give us feedback at the end of this meeting. So this year's theme is safe and efficient together, and this is what has driven the agenda in particular for tomorrow. The agenda for today was the outcome of the vote we organized with many of you a few months ago. And the last piece of practical information before we go into the substance, we have in Constellation and I forgot the other name of the other room. Caravelle, yeah, thanks. So in Caravelle and Constellation, we have two booths for the whole day. One to demonstrate the new certification platform, the replacement of CEPIAC, and the other one to demonstrate a new tool, which is called the OA tool, which will gradually deploy to manage the DOA oversight. So if some of you have a moment during the break and are interested, or if you have a large delegation and one of you wants to go while the other stays here, be aware that this is available the whole day today and tomorrow as well in the conference site. So now after lunch, we want to make you work a little bit. And now is the time to use Slido. So we'll use Slido with the Cloud of Words functionality. So you're invited to give us one or two words to express what is a priority for you towards EASA. So if you could change something, would it be more predictability? Would it be faster time to market? Would it be work on privileges? If you have one top requirement towards the agency, please express yourself. Now is your moment. And then I will show you what are our priorities, and hopefully there will be some match. So those are what we've started to do with industry. I don't know if you are familiar with SAB AG005. That's a cooperative group between industry and EASA, which defines the strategic priorities for industry in the certification domain. So it's got a transversal function, and most of the other AG groups report to the SAB. So a few years ago, we told them, look, we had like 20 ongoing policy developments and we were not delivering. So we said, okay, please help us focus. Tell us what are your top priorities. So some of you might be familiar with those priorities because they were defined by industry, but in case you are not, so those are the 5 topics: management of concessions. You'll have a presentation on this topic. Subcontractor control, a working group is underway. Flight conditions for production flights. Damien will present this later on. Design organization performance. Tomorrow, Richard from Rolls-Royce will present the outcome. And certain major change privileges. So just to make sure that the information is spread, this is what we heard from industry as being the 5 policy priorities on which we are working now. So the next slide is really to share with you some thoughts about what we are aiming for and recognizing what we can deliver today with the constraints we have. So our ambitions are really to invest in policy development, processes, tools. We believe we can improve our efficiency, but in order to do that, of course, we need resources. But that's something we are trying to protect in the constraints that we have. We also care a lot about the user experience. I saw in the previous clouds of work predictability. This morning there was reaction time coming also as a keyword. So we care about this. We are doing our best. It's a matter of balance also because we have severe constraints on resources. Another element which I wanted to share with you is that we also talk a lot with the colleagues from the product certification, and they have their own expectations towards us. This is something which you may not see, but there is this balance between the organization oversight and the product certification. And sometimes when we can invest typically on STC privileges, this translates into less activity for certain types of maybe less complex product activities. So that's also one element of the equation for us to take into account. We have, of course, our daily work. We need to oversee the organizations. We need to invest on policy. We need to invest on the user experience, but we also need to secure some time to support the product colleagues, the product departments. We also need to arbitrate between ongoing oversight and new entrants. We've introduced, and later on, Nicolas will say a few words about the gateway. We introduced the gateway, which is a tool where we tell industry, we tell new applicants, if we don't have capacity, we don't want to charge you. We don't want to keep you waiting until we have capacity. We don't want also to lower the level of oversight we have on existing current DOA, because that's where the safety risk exists. When there is no DOA, there is no safety risk, obviously, but there is no access to market either. So we are trying to balance all these constraints, and we've introduced this gateway where we provide transparency. We say, look, for now, we have no capacity. We can't take a new initial investigation, but we tell you, we give you an approximate starting date for the investigation, and we don't charge you. So that's a tool which we have, and when we have a bit of capacity, of course, we remove organizations from this waiting room. And last but not least, in all this context, we are not isolated from industry, and we see what's happening there, and there are some evolutions which impact us. Artificial intelligence coming its way, decarbonation, digitalization, just to name a few. So these are happening in industry, which are impacting our ability to deliver. So the first series of bullet points is just to share with you in full transparency what we are trying to achieve. But the second part is highlighting our realities. And the realities is that we have limited manpower or workforce, increasing staff turnover. Lately, we have we had a number of leavers, so we could replace them, or we are in the process of replacing them, but we need to qualify the newcomers. So the current period is a bit difficult for us because we are a bit in a generational transition. And on top of that, industry tells us a lot. You know, some regulatory changes had an impact on our resources, SMS, Part IS. Well, it was the case also for us. So also there to share transparently with you, the transition last year was very challenging for our teams because we had to develop a lot of policy material for Part IS in particular, but also for SMS. So for that reason, last year was very challenging. We hope this year will be better. I know we are late, so I'm going quickly. I'm sharing here with you what are our department strategic priorities for 2026. So digitalization of DOA processes. As I mentioned, we are transitioning towards a new digital process and digital tool, the OA tool. I really invite you to have a look at the booth. Like any IT or digitalization effort, it requires an investment, but we hope it will translate into efficiency gains in the longer term. We are also investing into a risk-based oversight model for DOA. I'm not saying more about that because Ciro Pirone will present that to you tomorrow afternoon. You probably heard that simplification is really on top of the priorities from the Commission and from EASA top management. So this is something which we are investing in as well. And I added pragmatism and safety result orientation, because these are strategic directions we hear from top management, but also from industry at large. The new subpart N will be also generating some activities for us. So that's the Declare Design Organization concept for ETSO applicants. So it might be relevant only for a small portion of you. But just to mention, it's a totally new subpart in part 21, which will keep us busy in the coming month. Of course, we aim to continue to support industry as much as we can, in particular for SMS and Part IS. We really did our best to support you in that transition, and I hope this was appreciated by industry. And the last point I wanted to manage as one of our strategic objectives, as I said, we have some turnover in the team, which is not a bad thing. We bring new staff coming with new ideas, but this requires proper succession planning and knowledge transfer. This is really one of our key priorities. And when we talk with the industry during management meeting, we hear that it's a challenge for many of you as well. So this should not come as a surprise to you. And I'm now getting towards the end of my presentation with another small exercise for you about this event. So in one word, or a few words, if you could share with us what you expect from this meeting. Do you expect networking? Do you expect to learn? Do you expect to be heard? Do you expect to meet your customers? Do you expect to build in the community? If you could tell us what you expect, and we'll do our best to meet your expectations.